Hello, folks. Welcome back to Ndaba Africa. This is Chris once again. For those of you who follow my channel, you know that I'm not a big fan of Twitter. I consider it to be a cancerous social ill in the best of times. Well, here's the latest that's just popped up on Twitter, and I have to wonder how accurate it is or if simply someone took down their tweet. Let me read this to you. You see this on the screen here. This is a tweet that occurred a short while ago, apparently, from someone at Millionaire, misspelled, by the way, at Millionaire Mr. 14. He says, Mr. Roets, let me give you a friendly warning as an EFF comrade. AfriForum for me is an organization filled with arrogant white men who refer to themselves as Afrikaners. If I can see you, I will end you or your companions because I hate white arrogance. Be alert. So someone laughed at that, and his response was, jokes aside, this is a serious, friendly warning for this man. His life will be at danger if I ever see him. Lucky for him, I don't stay in Oranje. Well, I suppose it's lucky for Ernst Roets. He also doesn't live in Oranje, you doofus. Do you even know what you're talking about? Do you know anything about AfriForum's? It's a civil rights organization that takes up the causes of all minorities in South Africa, not simply Afrikaners. Wow. Now, I wondered if this is actually a legitimate post or it's a deep fake or something like that. But Ernst Roets posted the screen capture of this on his Twitter feed. And then I went and looked up this gentleman to see if I could find Mr. Millionaire. So Mr. Millionaire has a picture of Steve Biko. It says the basic tenet of black consciousness is that the black man must reject all value systems that seek to make him a foreigner in the country of his birth and reduce his basic human dignity. Well, I don't have any issues with that, Steve Biko, at all. But according to this Millionaire Mr. 14 joined in August of 2020. Twitter has 226 people following his garbage and has all sorts of Asian characters down there. Don't know what that's all about. Certainly not African. Why is that on your profile if you're making such a big deal about being African? But here's the reality, folks. If, in fact, this is genuine, this person should be investigated immediately by law enforcement in South Africa. He's issued a death threat, a threat of a direct violence against a South African citizen, if in fact it's genuine. This should be taken quite seriously. Also, one should consider the complete buffoonery and idiocy of the person making these statements, talking about arrogant white men. Talk about arrogant. I don't know if you're white, brown, black, blue, or green, but you're an arrogant ass yourself, Mr. Millionaire. And you've made death threats against someone. That's not something to be taken lightly. Were you having a little too much jabuku at the time or having a little Casa Lager, got carried away with your thoughts? But the bottom line is, folks, is that cogent conversation is the order of the day. And this distortion and lies and personal attacks on other South Africans are not constructive. Again, Ernst Roets does not live in Oranje. Don't know why you're talking about Oranje. It has nothing to do with your conversation. Oranje has no affiliation with AfriForum either. There you have it. Anyway, folks, this sort of dangerous talk is the sort of thing that actually does need regulating and control. This is responsibility. Why has Twitter not addressed this? Now, I've looked for this tweet on the gentleman's feed. I've looked it up here, and currently it's not there. This is on the 12th of March, 2021 at 8 p.m. South Africa time. I do not see it. He has a pinned tweet from December 29th in which he has, it says Malema, but that's not Malema. That's Ace Magashula and Sir Ramaphosa, so I don't get that. But anyway, he has a promoted tweet, and then he's got buy my books. He has a book. What's that? Oh, anyway, I don't see this particular tweet here. So either it was removed or it's not genuine. If it's not genuine, then Mr. Millionaire, Mr. 14, you ought to be contacting Twitter and telling them that people are falsely attributing things to you. If in fact you did put this down, then Twitter ought to start doing its job. If it's supposed to be a safe space for people to communicate, it's not when people issue death threats like this. And what exactly is your issue with AfriForum? Do you have issues with the fact that they took up the cause of the Basotho people, or that they've talked to the Xhosa in South Africa to help them recover things that belong to them and protect their cultural heritage? Is that what you have issues with? No, you're pretty poorly informed. Anyway, folks, purportedly death threats issued against AfriForum's Ernst Roets by a unknown Twitter user. 12th of March, 2021. South African Police Service, Hawks, somebody. It's time to do your job.